Attack on Titan episode 77 brings to the front one of the most crucial concepts behind this entire show. In this emotional episode, characters that used to see things in a certain way now gain a brand new perspective. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel for a new Attack on Titan video. Today we're going to talk about episode 77, Sneak Attack, and point out every important detail that you should be looking at. This video will deal only with the events that took place in this episode, so it will have no spoilers, so anime watchers can watch it safely. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new here and help me to finally get to 10k YouTube friends. I would absolutely appreciate it. And now, let's get to our latest episode. The new episode picks off with our group still in jail, with Armin trying to explain Eren's plan to his friends. He believes Eren only wants to release a few titans from the walls in order to protect the entire island. He also claims that Eren has been using Zeke and Yelena from the start. We see a nice moment from John when he tells Armin that he always knew Eren was going to lead them to a dangerous situation someday. But he also finally admits he was always jealous of Eren, which explains the rivalry all those years. At the end of the day, he doesn't want to see Eren die. He and Connie both agree to Armin's plan. Mikasa is still confused about her emotions. Is it real, or is she a slave to her Ackerman bloodline? Armin tries to explain her that Eren lied to her. He knew she had those headaches, and he took advantage of this information to make his lie more reliable. But in his mind, Armin remembers what Eren once said when they faced the ocean together for the first time. Does Armin start realizing something? Outside, the fight is raging. Magath mentions again that this attack is built on Willy Tyburn's sacrifice. He also mentions Hylos, the fictional hero character that allegedly saved Marley in the past. He believes the world needs a new hero, and at this point of the story, he sees himself as this hero. To remind you, he also claimed the first shot on the fight back on Marley. A shot that had no significance other than being a symbolic reminder to show he was the first to fight back. Eren doesn't stop and he unleashes another attack to push off Reiner, although he is in a very bad shape. Porco also tries to attack but Eren easily deflects him. Reiner goes for another try, trying to eat Eren. Eren grabs his jaw and dislocates it completely. When suddenly, Reiner gets struck in the face with a rock and goes off flying. The Beast Titan has arrived, and take notice how Magath calls him now. No more Wonder Child of Marley. Now he addresses him as the son of the terrorist, referring of course to Grisha. The Beast Titan's sudden entrance makes us believe that this is the sneak attack, which is the actual name of the episode, and Isayama loves doing that, just like he did in the episode Hero, which dealt with several different heroes. The Jaeger brothers meetup is a really beautiful moment actually, especially with that look on Eren's face. And with my all-time favorite Zeke quote, "Leave the rest to your big brother." Now that the Beast joined the fight, we get a weird scenario where the Scouts and the Beast are somewhat on the same side, which means the amazing throwing ability of the Beast is now on the side of Paradise. And we can see how effective that is, as he drops all the airships from the sky the same way he dropped the Scouts of Shiganshina. Pieck and Magath back down to the side of the wall to avoid a shootout with the Beast, while Flock and the Jaegerists surround them. While the cart is occupied, Zeke rains destructions on the ground, only this time the soldiers dropping are from Marley's side. Zeke became a traitor in the eyes of Marley, just like before him, Reiner, Annie and Bert became traitors to Paradise. And Pieck and Zeke, who are good friends, now find themselves on different sides of the battle. The Beast clears the way and Eren's Titan slowly starts to advance. On the ground, Colt tells Gabi that they need to leave the fight to the Titans and go and rescue Falco. Here we see how Gabi has changed since she got to the island. She is much more humble than usual and she sincerely wants to help. She insists on going with Colt to search for Falco. Back in the jail we see Falco listening to Niall's heartbreaking confession. In case you don't remember this guy, he is the current commander of the military police, the same as Erwin was for the Scouts and Pixies for the garrison. He's also one of the soldiers who drank the monkey wine, and here we get to see his true feelings, as he is sure Zeke is going to turn him into a monster, and he will never get to see his family again. Our group of friends arrives to free the rest of the soldiers. Some of the Jaegerists try to stop them, but John takes control of the situation instantly. Just so you understand, this soldier is a young kid and a new recruit, and John is considered a legend, one of the original 9 that survived the fight of Shiganshina. John, our friends, and also Flock are considered elite soldiers in the eyes of the new recruits, being the people who saved the island from the Beast Titan. This is why it's so easy for John to take control, and for once, the Jaegerists and our group have the same interest. They both need to protect Eren and to make sure he meets with Zeke. Our friends free Commander Shadys from his jail cell and meet up with Pixies and the rest of the soldiers who drank the wine. They divide into groups according to everyone's condition. Pixies, being a gentleman and a fine commander, orders everyone who drank the wine to follow him to face the enemy on the front line, trying to minimize the damage if Zeke will decide to scream. A very important moment here is with Mikasa and young Louise. To remind you, this is the girl Mikasa saved years back. Louise is currently with Flock and the Jaegerists. Here we see the first changes for Mikasa as she puts aside her scarf for the first time in 4 seasons. This scarf represents something for her, but now she's not sure if she can trust her own emotions. Leaving the scarf behind is a symbolic way of showing the first sign of distance between her and Eren, the boy she's been following all her life. So we can see that Eren's words indeed affected her in a way we haven't seen yet. Louise tells her how much she's honored to fight next to Mikasa, but Mikasa seems very cold and distant. She puts the scarf on one of the tables and leaves the room. Outside, all hell breaks loose. Zeke grounds all the ships and seals the entrance to Shiganshina. We get to see Yelena, fascinated by all the destructions of the Beast Titan, literally cheering at the sight of the explosions. Our group understands that Angie and Levi might be dead if Zeke is here, and Armin tells them they need to focus on helping Eren and Zeke save the world. And here we get another reminder of how unpredictable and dangerous Yelena is. The entire group jumps when she gives Armin the most cursed look ever seen on anime. I am not joking, this is already a meme template and my Facebook group is exploding from Yelena content. That is insane. And just to make it clear, it was supposed to look exactly like that, just like it was in the manga. Just to show you how unpredictable she is, she immediately switches to a kind smile and tells Armin to help the brothers and that she believes in him. And don't worry, you will get to see much more of Yelena as the season progresses. Eren's Titan slowly keeps on moving forward and Reiner goes for another attack. He gets deflected immediately by the beast, still sniping from the top of the wall. Back on the streets, Gabby asks Colt about a certain gun he's carrying. Now, where did I see Gabby holding a big gun? Well, I bet we will find out soon enough. They both spot Falco coming out from the jail cell with the rest of the soldiers. Falco sees them and tells Niall that's his brother over there. Now remember, for Niall they are enemy soldiers, but regardless, he takes Falco and delivers him to them, telling him he should go home. Also, an incredible change from Gabby, who just a few days ago wanted to kill all devils of the island. But now, she stopped Colt from hurting Niall, and Colt even asks her why did she stop him from attacking the enemy. We can see that Gabby herself seems confused as she is coming closer and closer to her moment of true and harsh realization for this entire situation. There were never any devils on that island, only people. And let me say a few things about that, because not a lot seems to appreciate the depth of this moment. This is one of Attack on Titan's famous teachable moments we have from season to season. In season 3, we had Gross explaining to Grisha and us viewers about the true and cruel nature of humanity, just moments before he sent Dina to Paradise. Gabby's moment is her realization. All that she's been told so far was a lie. Fake news in our modern language. But this message is not just for her, it's something much bigger. The word island can simply be replaced with any other place. even in our world, letting us all understand that hero for some is a devil for other. But the truth is that there are no devils and no heroes, just people trying to live their lives. If people in our time have someone they hate or consider them as an enemy, and even if you were fed by stories about someone being evil, you should always remember, they are not devils, they are people just like you. And that's how Gabby's special moment expressed one of the main problems we have in our world today, showing us how fake news and false propaganda are created and how they're passed down to the new generation. Gabby is a collective cry of a new generation that wants to do better. And that is Gabby's suffering right now, knowing all her life was a lie, and in the process she got to kill a truly wonderful person. Not only that, Sasha's family cared for her and Falco even after knowing she killed their daughter, and that fact is currently burning a hole into Gabby's soul as she hears Sasha's father talk outside. Gabby, Colt and Falco hides while Sasha's family goes by, and Gabby almost goes out to them until she hears Kaya. And here we can see how this circle never ends, because Gabby learned her lesson, but regardless, her ignorance caused a lot of pain, and caused other people to grow hateful. She finally confesses she was wrong and Falco was right. And now, Falco gets his moment when he tells them he was the one who helped Eren back on Liberio. You need to understand that this is not something trivial, and for most countries today, his actions are considered high treason. The fact that Falco tells them this shows how he developed as a character, and he keeps on going and finally confesses his love for Gabby. Falco has seen so much death and suffering in such a short period of time. From a shy boy who didn't know how to express his emotions, he became someone who knows he has to make every moment count. Especially now that he is probably going to die once Zeke uses his Titan Scream. Another improvement the anime added was placing all those symbolic bird cages all around. I think it added a lot to this scene. Gabby is pretty confused by this all new Falco in front of her. She will not let him die. They decide to let Zeke know that Falco drank the wine, hoping that will prevent him from using his Scream. We go back to our friends on one of the rooftops trying to get to Eren as the Jaw Titan just lands next to them. Just imagine how easily he could have attacked them right now, but instead he goes after Eren but gets rejected mid-air by Zeke. On top of the wall, Zeke sees the remain of the Cult Titan, and we can see he is sad about that. He has nothing against her, she is his friend, but they are both on different sides now. Flock and the soldiers try to figure out who killed the Titan as one of them suddenly gets shot in the head. The sneak attack is here. We see Pieck alive and hiding under a Titan as Manga lines up the perfect shot. He fires and misses the beast Snape. He hits the shoulder instead, and inside his Titan we see Zeke losing part of his body. Monkey down. Eren and everyone looks amazed as the beast drops to the ground. They need to hurry before he will recover. Meanwhile, Eren is moving towards him. In the background, Reiner says that Eren is the last person in the world who should have this power. Reiner said the same thing on season 2, a moment before Eren sent all those Titans to attack him. The episode ends with everyone in a race against time. Marley needs to stop Zeke and Eren. The Jaegerists and the Scouts need the brothers to meet. And on the ground, Falco, Gabby and Colt in a race against time to let Zeke know Falco is in danger and to stop him from screaming. What an excellent episode, I loved it, and Mappa just keeps on delivering. And don't worry, if you think things are crazy now, just wait and see, because what comes up next will blow up the internet. And I will be right here, crying my eyes out and covering every new development in our final season. Thank you so much for joining me today, my Titan-loving friends, and I will see you all real soon. And until then, don't forget to dedicate your hearts to humanity, inside and outside the walls.